can we lighten the burden of another? Hello guys, thank you for joining me here in my life journey today. And today's share is about how can we lighten the burden of another. Yes, guys, it's about helping each other. How can we help them? How can be a blessing to them? Guys, this is just my share from my own reading, of course, and of course from my own life experiences, which is really not easy at all because sometimes we can be misunderstood of the other person. But how can we really lighten the burden of another, guys? Guys, it is about helping each other sincerely. You must be clear and very clear with your words when you are going to help another person, that you cannot be misunderstood. And sometimes you are helping others and you can be misunderstood because of the culture. It's different culture and it's not easy sometimes, especially here in Norway. They live in different kind of culture. So guys, how can we really do it? First of all, we must know the person we are helping. First of all, we must, be friend to this person, friendly. We know this person very well when we are going to help them. So how can we lighten the burden of another? Guys, when we know each other and the other person, they're going to listen to us, right? They're going to be, call us when they need help. They're going to get in touch with us. They are going to communicate with us when they are needed something. But guys, you can also, notice when you're a friend, you are together, neighbor or something like that, you can notice what is really going on. But have an open mind. Don't judge. Be there for them and listen to them what they have to say. It is very important that we can respect their thoughts, their feelings, and consider the whole situation. Yes, it's not easy sometimes, but guys, sometimes being just a good listener, be there for them, it's a huge help to lighten their burden. So guys, I am sharing this with you because really we have to help each other. But sometimes because of the culture, we cannot just always do what we want to do. And that is normal. Therefore, it is very important that we can know each other very well. As Charles Dickens said, no one is useless in this world who lighten the burden of another. We can lighten the burden of another by sharing the secret, what they are struggling right now, and by listening their challenges and problems in life. We must be each other's comfort, sharing our secret and respecting them. Tell them to take time to rest and teach them to say no when it is needed. Teach them to just focus on themselves and unwired. We must make a list of things we need to do and would like to do for others. We must teach them to declutter and put all things in order. We must teach them to build awareness and learn to read the signs of overload. Teacher is very important as a friend. You must be a good teacher to them. It is not easy when it comes to our culture, but remember, you are a friend, you are a teacher to them when you want to lighten their burden, to help what they are struggling. We must teach them to build awareness and learn to read the signs of overload. We must teach them to identify their needs. Remind them to honor their needs by setting healthy boundaries. We must teach them and remind them to learn the power of saying no. It is very important that we can say no when it is so necessary. Teach them to simplify and simplify their life. We must talk to them and remind them that we are merely mortal. Remind them to take care of themselves and to take care of their psychological self. We must remind them to work smarter and not harder. We must remind them the time for themselves is very important. And of course, we must remind them not to lose hope and not to lose sight of their relationship at that certain moment. It is very important, guys, that we can teach them to enlighten their mind, to enlighten their boredom. You must be a good teacher to them by just simply talking to them. And of course, most of all, you must be a good listener to comfort them because they needed that. When we are going to lighten the burden of others, we must be there and be a good comforter to them. How can we lighten the burden of the other person, guys? For me, in my experience, of course, just being there for them, be present with them at this very moment, it is a huge comfort already. We must be there for them. We must listen to them. We must respect their feelings. But first, we have to identify their emotions, their feelings, so they can understand why we are helping them, why we are there for them. It is very important that we can just be a good comforter, a good listener to them when we are going to lighten the burden of the other person. Guys, each and every one of us, we have all burdens to carry. But if you know yourself, you know how to handle yourself when you are carrying such burden, it becomes easier for you to comfort others as well. And especially, it is very important when you believe in God, you trust in God, you trust the process, you give them hope. If you have hope in yourself, you understand what is going on in your life, it is easier for you to explain to the other person that this thing shall pass. Nothing will stay forever. The challenges, the chaos in life, the struggles we are facing, the burden we are carrying, it shall come to pass. But sometimes, guys, it's very difficult. It takes time to solve the problem. It's not always easy. So therefore, it is very important that just be a good listener, listen to their needs, listen to their struggles, and be a good teacher to them. Listen and teach them one by one how you did solve your problem, how you did carry your burden. Tell them how you did it, and they will listen to you. They will understand the whole situation. Even it's so frustrating, they are there to be comforted. Most of these people, guys, need comforts, really, a comfort. We cannot buy comfort, right? But if we just be there for them, talk to them, listen to them, hold their hands, and just be there for them, it's a huge help already. Because being a friend, or being a sister, being a brother to them. It's a huge help already. And of course, if you believe in God and you can do the prayer, it's a huge help already, guys, that you can ask them, shall we pray together? Can I pray for you? You can say that to them, because it's really a huge help when we are trying to lighten the burden of another person. It is very important that we can help them, because no man is an island. We have to help each other. We have to stand for another person. So guys, really, you can do that as you understand with yourself. As you go on live this life day by day, you experience a lot of burden already. But to comfort to other person, to help the other person, to lighten their burden, it is really a huge gift you can do for other person. You help them to see the possibilities and the opportunities to solve that burden. Guys, help them to carry their burden by being a good friend, by being a good comforter, and don't tell their situation to others. A friend can be trusted to be one of that. So guys, really, for me, the prayer is really a huge help. Offer them to pray together. Offer them to believe in God, that God is in control of all these things happening to us. We have to trust in God. He is there to help us to carry our burden, and as well as our friends. So be there for them. Just hold their hands. Just use your time to them. You invest time to them when you are helping another person to carry their burden. Yes, it's not always easy, guys, but really we have to remember that we must be helping each other, because we are not going to make it if we don't have each other. I have some of my friends who was willing to be there for me when I needed them. So each and every one of us needed someone. As there's a saying, guys, in the book of The Secret, that no one is more cheerious in this world than someone who lightens your burden. So guys, really, yes, no one is more cheerious in this world than someone who can, just be there to lighten the burden of another, person. It is very important, guys, that we can acknowledge that you have this gift in you to help to lighten the burden of other person. This is Yundel. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me here in my life journey. I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you supporting me here in my life journey. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all, and bye-bye.